Okay, so the NPC TikToking stuff has gotten a Piers Morgan. Let's see.
It's Morgan Uncensored. It's a social media trend so bizarre, I'm not even going to pretend that I understand it, but just take a look.
It's my birthday! TikTok!
Hee-haw, yes. The guy feeling like a cowgirl and he read it, huh?
According to the New York Times and other media, these are grown adults performing as non-playable characters. They can make thousands of dollars from fans who pay to feed them digital treats or pat them on the head. Now, TikTok is fun. I like TikTok. I'm massive on TikTok. But is it rotting our brains with this crap? I'm joined by TikTok star Jay Monique, the host of Babylon Bee, Ashley St. Clair. Well, welcome to both of you. And Talk TV presenter Rosanna Lockwood lurking to fill in my seat after I go. All right, let's talk about this first. Jay Monique, sell this to me. It looks completely credited. Why is this good and why is it so successful?
It's good and it's so successful because it's the way to make money just quickly, easily for people. But it's also fun.
Bruh.
It was like fun trend.
No, I get it. But I mean, people telling you to do stupid things and then you do them for money. I mean, it is a bit like low rent, low level stuff. I mean, you're licking your tongue, you're licking the screen. It's just weird, isn't it?
I am a cosplayer, so I cosplayed on my TikToks when I first started, so it's not as weird to me.
Okay.
So it was definitely something fun and something good for my my personality.
Okay. Ashley Sinclair, look, it's a bit of harmless fun. It's the kind of TikTok generation love it. Why are we being such terrible killjoys?
I don't know that it's really harmless fun. I think in a
Go ahead,
I think in a way, and I understand that some people, they're making good money and that's appealing, but in a way you're selling your soul to this quasi soft core sex app. In a way, it's being fetishized. You're telling young girls that have aspirations to be engineers.
Finally, someone said it, quasi-sex act. That's what they're doing when the chicks are doing the licking, the jumping up and down with their breasts. This is all sexual cues. And unfortunately, it's targeting an audience of mentally deranged males that use TikTok, from the very old and lonely to the very young and naive. And these are the people that are consuming and spending their money on the little stickers because the dopamine receptor gets activated. It's almost like pressing the button on that gambling machine, hoping you get a win, except here you get the win every time because she does exactly what you tell them to do. It's power. And then there's sexualization that's wrapped around it. This is why these trends take off. This is why these trends are degenerate. And they overwhelmingly target men. Always the most degenerate trends are targeting men. I just want to know, I'm curious, when society is going to step up and go, you know what? This is not good for the mental health and well-being of young men to be consuming this kind of content. It's predatory in nature. We should ban it for the safety of young males coming up in society today. All men in general. Maybe this activates a certain part of our brain that isn't too healthy for us and requires an extreme amount of self-control to overcome that most men don't have. Are we going to go collectively as a society and say, this is taking advantage of a large portion of our society with negative consequences downstream for the social fabric in general? Are we going to ever have that conversation? Because the moment we have something like a Tinder swindler or some man doing some degenerate stuff to women, taking advantage of women's emotion, women's needs and wants, then we get plastered all over the media. We get called names. We get told how we're predators, and we get berated and explained to why this is not a good thing for our young girls, that we shouldn't be doing this for our young women. But that protection does not exist for young boys and the men in society today. Why?
And other aspirations that they could make quick money on TikTok, which is owned by ByteDance and by proxy, the CCP, that this is the way to make money. This is what you should do.
I mean, look, there is a point there, Jay, isn't there? I mean, I hear that argument, but then I guess I get young people will be watching this going, listen, you old fuddy-duddy, you just don't get it.
Definitely. But most kids do not know, or people do not know, that it's even a fetish. So when we hopped on this trend, it was just something fun. It's just something to do like every other dance that is done on TikTok. It was a trend. It was nice. It was cool. It was fun. People made it something too serious. Everybody wants to put their opinion and their own mindset on things and kind of deliver a different message than what people are really intending it to be, which
Okay,
is
Ashley,
just fun and something
okay.
to make a little extra money.
Ashley, you had a little go at this. We've got a clip of you in action, I think.
Ice cream so good. Yummy hot dog. GG. GG. Thank you for the likes. Ice cream so good.
I'm watching that thinking, maybe I'm in the wrong game. I should be doing stuff like this for money.
You know, to be clear, obviously that was cropped, and the rest of the video I was talking about BlackRock and, you know, engaging in some of the InfoSec war. But I think, Jay, especially you have a lot of followers. I think there's some responsibility to be a role model, especially to these young girls here. And I understand that it's easy money, but at the end of the day, your money is dependent on an algorithm that is run and created by people who are ontologically evil, the CCP and ByteDance, and your views and your money is now dependent on performing for that algorithm, on creating content for that algorithm.
Okay, listen, I've got to leave it with you two, but we've run out of time. Thank you both very much indeed. Interesting debate about something I knew nothing about. Let's bring in Rosanna. You've got the thankless task of trying to replace me for the next few weeks while I go and lie under a palm tree.
Honoured to be your last hurrah before
This
your
kind
holiday.
of thing, I mean, am I just too old? Or am I-
You're asking the right questions, I think. What does this lead society to? But it is fun. Come on, ice cream so good. Ice cream so good. It is very addictive viewing, and it's an honest way to make some cash. It's not only fans. Not that I've got anything against that either, but it's
Well, talking of harmless fun, let's bring in the graphic. I think we've got behind me. There we go. Now,
You can see it in the crime rate. You can see it in the homelessness. You could see it in the drug abuse. You could see it in all the questionnaires we do where people answer how they feel about themselves, their mental health, etc. Okay. Now for the individual, what position in life do you have to be in, I'm wondering, to consume this kind of content and consider it entertaining? How low do you have to feel about yourself? How boring, how meaningless, how mediocre, or be even worse, lower than average is your life, your day-to-day existence on this planet to log into TikTok and legitimately find entertainment from this kind of content, bottom of the barrel. This isn't a conversation that's being had. You're not learning anything valuable. It's not necessarily pleasing to the eyes in terms of editing factor or, you know, something like ASMR perhaps that deals with the senses or some visual effects that's extremely beautiful. No, it's a person that's literally doing the same thing over and over again based on your input that you have to pay money for. You have to give them money to get a reaction out of them, which is probably part of the process that makes it entertaining for you in your lonely, isolated life. That is something you're willing to do. Pay a quote NPC TikToker to have a reaction to your otherwise lonely life. I don't know. I'll leave you guys with that one. What do you guys think?